Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm going to do a news video here before the NBA Finals, so I can have this already uploaded while I'm watching the Finals. So, we're starting with some NFL news. There's going to probably be a lot of wrestling I'll discuss, so let's get with the NFL right quick. So, per report, there's mutual interest between the Texans and free agent running back Nick Chubb, per G4 ESPN. So, they already have Joe Mixon. There's a chance they could have Nick Chubb. There's mutual interest. I think Rappaport said if it goes well, there should be a deal done. I don't know when, but most likely he's going there to the Texans. If they can stay healthy, it can work out. But they don't have an offensive line, though, and teams don't understand how valuable an O-line is. And the exact reason teams like the Texans won't win for a while is they don't have the offensive line. If these two can stay healthy, then maybe it could be good. The Nick Chubb deal is probably maybe like a 1-year deal, but yeah, could work out. We'll see. So, per report, Dolphins star cornerback Jalen Ramsey, he's planning to skip mandatory minicamp while he waits for a trade to come to fruition. So he's waiting for a trade to happen. This is per rap sheet. This happens like every other offseason. So the report is there's no update basically. I don't know, man, about Jalen Ramsey. Like, he's on the wrong side of 30 to demand a lot. So, Adam Pac-Man Jones, former NFL cornerback, he was arrested for multiple charges. It was including assaulting an officer and public intoxication, per multiple reports. Man, this one sucks. So, new Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, he will wear number 8 this season. The number 8 jersey had belonged to Steelers punter Corliss Waitman, but no longer. He will now wear number 3, which belonged to Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers will take number 8. And the deal, it's a 1-year, $13.6 million deal, which could be upwards to $19.5 million. So there's your update with that. And that's really all the NFL to talk about here. So let's go over some NBA news. So apparently due to a tornado warning in OKC, ESPN and ABC may produce Game 2 remotely, ESPN/ABC. Mike Breen and the crew will still call the game courtside, but the production trucks might be unavailable. So due to tornado warnings. So he tweeted this. And ESPN will control the pictures and production from either Bristol or LA. That's kind of crazy, man. But yeah, that news dropped before the game. So some NASCAR news. Some NASCAR. So, NASCAR news, there's probably not a lot, but here's the announcement that we all pretty much knew. Ram, Dodge, same thing. They're going to enter trucks in 2026. No teams/drivers announced. They hope to have 4 to 6 teams at Daytona. In February, intention is for Dodge to, or another Stellantis, or how do you say that word? I'm not part of the nerd community. Brand to Cup. But when, TBD, with 2027 still possible. That will be a very aggressive timeline, but Dodge will be in trucks in 2026. So we're good to see another manufacturer. In trucks. I would like to see it return to Cup or Xfinity at some point. And having 4 manufacturers will be great for the sport altogether. Maybe it's going to happen in a few years. Maybe 2027, 26, I don't know. But yeah, that's, the driver. I think Cliff McFarland will probably be full-time, maybe. I don't think he's ready, but we'll see. So I think they're loading the cars for Mexico City already. They're unloading. They started unloading their backup cars, and they loaded the Mexico cars into the haulers because they're going Mexico City for next weekend, so they did that. So per Adam Stern, NASCAR is very close to a deal with another car maker to join the racing series. Executive Vice President John Probst told SBJ at the time when at Honda has been heavily rumored to be eyeing an entry. I could just sit here and say the annual NASCAR is close to getting another car maker to join the racing series, but this is the closest it's been, so I think Honda will join the Cup Series. Don't be surprised if it's announced in a few seasons. I will not be surprised if Honda is in Cup. Alright, those little news portions of NBA, NFL, NASCAR, a few things there, but I got that out of the way to start because we got a lot of wrestling to talk about. What do you want to talk about? Well, I want to talk about Triple H. This is via Fightful Select. One veteran spoke on the R-Truth situation, stated that they could tell that Triple H doesn't like the fans hijacking creative. Yeah, seems about right. Bald fraud. Man. I mean, Hunter should cry more, man. The fans are what makes WWE at the end of the day. Obviously, you know, the wrestlers have to be at least solid, or if not great in the ring, and have good microphone skills, personality, obviously, but the fans have to get behind those wrestlers. The fans are what make it at the end of the day. The biggest evidence of this is when the Yes Movement happened. Because they didn't want to do that, but the fans forced them. And just like they forced R-Truth, them to bring back R-Truth. And he's playing it off as if it was a planned. If it was planned, they're playing it off as if it was a work, which it wasn't. I did a video last night very much explaining that it was not a work, and I gave sources. So, via Miz's Instagram, he clarified a situation with WWE. He said he and the company are in very good standing, has not recently changed any social profiles, and he has not unfollowed the company. I don't know if he have. I want to believe this, but yeah, I'm sure he's going to get released at some point. But, he's probably right. But he's been there for 18 years. He's, what, 44? I couldn't imagine him leaving now. So, the 2025 King and Queen of the Ring tournament begins tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. So, last night, for the third year in a row, LA Knight, yeah, he has been unsuccessful in capturing the Money in the Bank contract. It sucks. And people are like using the same argument. Oh, he's copying Steve Austin. Like, his persona is hilarious and engaging. Does it have some shades of The Rock and Stone Cold? Sure, but a lot of people get their inspirations from other people. My point is that legends' influence is everywhere in today's generation of talent. Taking inspiration from a legend is way different than copycatting. He's not a copycat. It's just taking inspiration from a legend in Stone Cold. This opinion is wrong. WWE just does not want to push him, no matter what he would do to change his gimmick. But if his name was probably L.A. Fatu, he would be the champion right now. I'm really hoping he wins a world title soon, but unfortunately, he isn't a Samoan, so he will never get that push that he deserves. So, happy 31st birthday, Liv Morgan. Man, I can't believe she's 30. So, R-Truth, he signed a new deal with WWE for one last run, confirmed by his son. He said, congrats on the new deal, Dad, last run. So, this is going to be his last run with WWE. He got a good pop last night as well. And he's going to be going by Ron Killings, which I think he requested. There's already talk within WWE about how to merchandise Mr. Iguana coming out of Worlds Collide. That merch is going to sell out quick and they're going to get even more money. So Triple H, he says there are a lot of artists out there that want to work with WWE. So let them. Def Rebel's trash, let these artists cook. So R-Truth's son, Christopher Killings, he gave a response on his Instagram story to Triple H implying that R-Truth's situation was all part of the show. He said, stop the cap. Stop that cap, Triple H. Stop that cap. Talking like it was planned. Triple H, he says there's a lot of exciting things coming up over the next year or two from a lot of different sources, many of which we wouldn't expect them to go down said road. Oh boy, what's next? $1 million WrestleMania ticket package, that's what next? Well, he said something, to be fair, he said something we wouldn't expect. He says this every time, man. It's an annual tweet at this point. You can't fool me, Triple H. I'm familiar with your game, sir. He says, oh, it's going to be a lot of exciting things, and there's not really much excitement, besides like a few things. Triple H was asked if we could see Cardi B in the ring. I don't know if anyone can control Cardi B if she wants to. I think it's going to be hard to talk her out of it. Obviously, she's hosting the show. Please, God, no. I'm tired of celebrities, man. Yes, I know who Cardi B is, and we'll be probably entertaining when she hosts, probably. But I don't want to see her in the ring. I'm being consistent with any celebrity. Hell, I don't even like Logan Paul. So, it's where these reporters don't really like ask questions, but they're scripted. I mean, the one dude got deflected by Triple H immediately, saying, "Oh, R-Truth is part of the show." But my lord, I don't want to see Cardi B in the ring. Sorry. Triple H says he's been wanting to do Evolution 2 ever since the first show in 2018. He says for a lot of different reasons the timing wasn't right, but now it is. Timing wasn't right for how many years? Yeah, perfect timing after releasing half of your women's mid-card in the tag team division. This man just stays lying. Because he hasn't even featured EO or the women's mid-card outside of Lyra, Becky, Selena, and Chelsea. Besides those four, he really hasn't featured anybody else in the mid-card. The women's US title hasn't even touched a pay-per-view. So, I mean, I know you got good call-ups coming up, but still. Triple H, I'm going back to Las Vegas for Mania next year. Going to Las Vegas, when you have record-shattering, biggest WrestleMania of all time in Vegas, it's great to say we'll be going back to the entertainment capital of the world, and we look forward to breaking this year's record there. Triple H is basically saying, hello, I like money. The crowd was lame, TKO sold out. And I can't wait to hear them brag about their record gates as if I give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about your record gates. Triple H and R-Truth's return, like I said. You enjoying the show? All part of the show. Sure, man. So R-Truth is back in WWE and will be going under the name Raw Killings. Under that name going forward, his real name. Decision happened in the past 72 hours, and he has new merch upon his return. And Nikki Bella will be returning on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. So, this is a Wrestling Observer. R-Truth specifically requested the name change to his real name, Ron Killings, as part of his agreement to return to WWE, so that when he does end up leaving, that name will already have been established on WWE TV, and he can keep using it. So, he asked for the specific name change. I shouldn't say name change, because that's his real name. But, smart from R-Truth, so... yeah, but that's all the news I want to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, have a lot. Peace, and I'll be here to recap the NBA Finals Game 2 later. Peace.